Hey, I'm Mike and welcome back to the Lion's Lounge. Today we're going to be making some cocktails that mesh well with one of my favorite video game series, Yakuza, known in Japan as Ryu Gagatoku, or Like a Dragon. The Yakuza series has been around for a little while, spanning 8 mainline titles and 8 spin-offs, with the most recent title, Yakuza 7, or Yakuza Like a Dragon, coming out to the West this fall. Now, I'll admit I was sleeping on these games for a long time, only having really gotten into them after playing Yakuza 0. But since then I've been working through the backlog, and I have to say I really love these games. For those of you who've never heard of Yakuza, or like me have been holding off, I'm going to give you a quick pitch. The majority of the games, up until the most recent one, explore on-again, off-again Yakuza, Kazuma Kiryu. I say on-again, off-again because despite Kiryu's best efforts to live a peaceful life with his adoptive daughter Haruka, events in each game drag him back to the Yakuza spotlight, with core conflicts often stemming from real estate or political pursuits. Alongside Kiryu are several other playable characters throughout the series, such as my favorite character, Goro Majima. The games span through multiple areas of Japan, from the streets of Kamurocho in Tokyo, to Sotenbori in Osaka, to Ryukyu in Okinawa. There's so many great things to say about this series, from the over-the-top story, to the wacky side quests, to the sheer mountain of mini-games. Not to mention the brutal combat system that seems to change with each game. If you're at all interested, the whole series is available on PS4, with the first and second games being full remakes and the third through fifth being remasters. And if you choose to do so, I highly recommend you start with Yakuza 0, as it positions both Kiryu and Majima at the beginning of their journeys. So, on to the drinks. The first one I'm going to be making is actually a shot called a Mad Dog, and I felt the name and ingredients were appropriate for one of the characters, Goro Majima, who's called the Mad Dog of Shimano. He's also the rival of the main character, Kazuma Kiryu. This shot calls for vodka, raspberry syrup, and Tabasco sauce. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm gonna be really interested to see how it is. So we're gonna be kind of learning together on this one. So first up, the vodka. 1 ounce or 30 milliliters. Vodka is a very clear spirit. It doesn't have too much flavor. It just adds a lot of oomph to your cocktail. Next, 2/3 of an ounce, or just shy of 20 milliliters of your raspberry syrup. I'll leave the recipe to this in the description below. It's not too tough to make. It's just some raspberries, water, and some sugar that you simmer on the stove for a few minutes until it dissolves, and then strain it into a container. And then lastly, 6 drops of Tabasco sauce. Okay, this is the Mad Dog. Bottoms up, I guess. Fuck. Okay. Tasting notes. Shit. All right, so believe it or not, you actually don't get that Tabasco right away. The first thing you taste is the raspberry syrup and the power of the vodka. So that strong, that strong alcohol taste. But then all of a sudden, there's that rush of Tabasco, because for a second in my mind, I was like, it's not gonna be that hot, this is okay, it's fine. And then the longer it went down, I just was like, oh shit, here it comes, here's the burning, and it is. After a couple seconds, it kind of goes away, but there is still that tingling feeling in my throat. This last cocktail is actually inspired by a Reddit post called The Dragon Fruit of Dojima. Now, I really liked this cocktail, and I tried it out, but I wanted to make a few alterations of my own. As the name suggests, this contains some dragon fruit, so this is going to be a very different drink than some of you are probably used to. And this is actually a blended drink too, though you don't necessarily have to blend it. You could probably just shake it up with some crushed ice and you get about the same result. First things first, I'm going to cut my dragon fruit in half, and I'm going to be using half of the dragon fruit. So take a spoon, scoop out the insides of the dragon fruit. Next, 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters of lime juice. 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters of lemon juice. You want both the lemon juice and the lime juice because they both play on each other for the sweetness and sourness. Next, 4 ounces or 120 milliliters of cranberry juice. The cranberry juice is going to add a little bit more sweetness, but also some of that fruity flavor that we're looking for here. And lastly, 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of your white rum. I'd recommend you use something like Bacardi. It's gonna add a little bit of a funky flavor to the taste, which is gonna be very pleasant. Add about 6 ice cubes and then you're gonna blend it. Blend this for about 10 seconds or until it's about smooth. And then pour it directly into a hurricane glass. Leave a little bit of room at the top and you'll see why in a second. Now this next part is completely optional, and if you're gonna do it, I recommend you take some precautions because you're gonna be playing with fire. So again, completely optional, don't have to do this. If you are going to, I advise that you have a fire extinguisher or something nearby to help put it out. Don't try this at home without some kind of precautions. So the trick here is to put a spent lime wheel in the drink, add a couple sugar cubes, and then take 151 rum. And you're just gonna soak these sugar cubes into some rum. And then you can take a lighter and what I did there is I just used some cinnamon, which cinnamon is naturally flammable. So once you light it and just do a dash of cinnamon over the top, the flame is going to shoot up. Again, be very careful with that. I'm gonna take a silver straw, drop it right in, and take a sip. Cheers. That is very good. It's extremely sweet because of the combination of the various juices, so the cranberry, the lemon, and the lime. It is a little tart because of that lime, so it's a little sour. It plays very well with each other, and the cranberry juice really helps it too. That rum adds some extra flavor to the drink, but it's not strong tasting. It's very deceptive. Today we made 2 cocktails in honor of the Yakuza series, the Mad Dog and the Dragon Fruit of Dojima. If you like this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. If you have any cocktails you'd like me to make, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by the Lions Lounge. I'm Mike, hope to see you next time.